Greetings, fellow Ambazonians. It's a pleasure for me to be on set this evening. It's been a long while. I've not been on ABC and maybe trying to put down my social media appearance. But today I'm making a comeback with somebody we least expected. A very special part of this revolution. Fellow Ambazonians, televiewers of ABC Amba Television, once more you're welcome. I'll begin by apologizing that we had postponed this show, I think once, twice, thrice, but we are fortunate by the grace of God to be on set today. I am your humble servant, Paul Nillong, having a one-on-one to talk about the oversight, the overview, a recap of the Ambazonia quest for freedom. Today is comrade and sister under Secretary of State, Cucu Da Blinx. You are welcome, sir, today.
Comrade Paul Nillong. It's been a while, it's been ages. Fellow Ambazonians, Southern Cameroonians, it's a pleasure being here today. It's your humble Undersecretary for State of Communications and IT, Emalari, aka Cucu Da Blinx. Yeah, it's been a while. First of all, my apologies for last time we promised coming. We had one or two issues, so it wasn't possible anymore. But today we are here. I am here. Comrade Paul is here. Um, we just want to look down on the revolution, review the revolution, just going back like down memory lane, looking at the things that we've achieved so far, some of our losses. Of course, there have been losses. We cannot try to ignore that part of it. And then looking into some of our challenges and see how we can come up with solutions and maybe even proposals from you, the audience, on the way forward, the challenges we've been facing so far, and what could be the possible solutions to path a better way forward, and also have a brief analysis of the upcoming October 1st, and of course, inspire our people on Ground Zero. So that's just a brief overview of what we're going to talk about today. So thank you all for trusting to be here. There was no pre-notice about this outing. I just want to say maybe it was going to be more of a surprise and all that, but it's okay. We are here now. So I'll hand it over back to Comrade Paul, and then, yeah, we take it up from there. Thank you.
Yeah, before into the show, we just have I think just two points. One, the lockdown in Mezam called off by the interim government in relation to the actions on the ground. Everything has gone back to normal as demanded by the interim government. So an audio circulating on social by Secretary Chris off the lockdown. So life returns to normal until when we come out with any other. The whole of Mezam is free. There'll be free circulation and every then the second is there's a tweet circulating on social media that Dr. Sako has called for school resumption. Please, that tweet is fake. It's not from your president. It's not from Dr. Sako. That tweet, I repeat, categorically fake. When you see that, please discard it. It's not from your president, Dr. Sako. He has not called for any school resumption. As long as you know, I don't think anything will change. Those who are calling for school resumption, please, we still have more than 500,000 in Nigeria as refugees. We still have more than 400 villages burned. and we still see the killing of our people on daily basis. Have all this killing stopped? Have the burning stopped? Have what we started fighting for, has it been given unto us? So please, people, it's at your own risk. As long as the right of self-defense, the fundamental right of self-defense is good. So in as much as the right for education, so these two goes hand in hand. You cannot send children to school under arm under under when there is no buffer zone. No. How many young boys were killed on 22nd? 4 in Bamenda, 5 in Tico. Is it Tico? I think in Tico. Making 11. 11. So please stay at home. We are still on course. So thank you for that. I come back to our undersecretary. Are you getting me 5 on 5? Huko, are you getting me?
I can get you very clearly. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Comrade Paul?
Yeah, I
I
get
get you
you,
very
even though
clearly.
I'm getting you.
Okay.
Yes, after a long while, you are welcome back on the social media platform. You are welcome back on an you are welcome back. Please, can you
I
greet
never left. I've been a
Cameroonian
spy all
people once?
along. Cuckoo never left.
No, I said you have been lying low for a while.
Okay, yeah.
You've been
You're
lying
correct.
low
You're
for a while.
correct.
Your fans, those who love you, have cried and cried and cried, and Kuku is here today. So, Kuku, we go straight into the affairs of the day.
Yeah.
We are going to make an overview. What can you tell? How did it all begin? How did it all begin? How did it all begin?
Well, thank you, Comrade Paul Nillong. Today, fortunately or unfortunately, I'm gonna be very blunt as usual. That's cuckoo for you, and I'm not here to mince words because at this point in the revolution, I don't think we should be romancing people or romancing one another, pampering people or pampering ourselves when we know we are still faced with very difficult challenges. We have to be honest to ourselves. I'm just going to give a brief account because if I want to go detailedly, the revolution is in my palms. Like I've been there from the first day since 2016. So if I want to go detailedly, I don't think we'll be out of this platform today. So I'm going to give a brief account of the whole thing and then highlight on some of the issues that I think are the problems that are still facing us today, and especially on the media, especially looking into our activists, their activism on the social media, how much they have derailed from the struggle and focusing on trivialities. So I just want to start from when the teachers handed when the teachers some of the teachers were abducted, and then the powers or leadership of the consortium was handed over to the diaspora. um it was handed over to our brother Mark and Tapang Ivo. I mean, they were the best at that time. They were the only ones that could be trusted, that could manage the affairs of the revolution. They were the
Okay.
enthusiasm, the strength they had, the energy, everything was on point. So at that time, they were the best. Power was handed over to them. They did an amazing job. We will never stop to appreciate them, on the things they did at that time, what they did, and all that. But it came to a point, something was given to you to keep. You were never the master of it. It was given to you by the master. And when the master came, that was where the challenges started, the challenges of this revolution, because we used to be one. We used to love ourselves so much. We used to be so united that when one person speaks, everybody follows. It doesn't matter where it comes from. As long as it is coming from an Amazonian, everybody follows. Everything follows suit. But because people had tasted power and felt the pleasure, the pride and everything that comes with power, it became a problem to hand over power back to where it actually came from. That was when Zikintasang and Barrister Eyambe came out from their hiding to take over what they handed to our brothers. Now our brothers hesitated to give power back to them, claiming they were still under captivity, which wasn't true. Now, because there were already people that had loved these people, Tapang and Mark, they were not reasonable enough to understand that it's not about loving an individual, but it's about doing the right thing in the revolution. You understand me? So they now fell and started supporting Tapang and Mark, while Zikintasang also had his own people that still believed in him. So the camp, now we had two camps. That was how the house separated. So moving on, after that, the SCACUF was formed when Milan came in, Comrade Milan from South Africa came in with the idea of SCACUF, which was very brilliant. It was a unitary platform where we were meant to come together, put our strength, all hands on deck, bringing our resources together and fight the common enemy. But because the house was already separated, many people, like the people that were already with Tapang and Mark, could not still join SCACUF because they were for Tapang and Mark, they believe in Tapang and Mark, and then those that were for Zikintasang and the rest were the ones that joined SCACUF. That was where all this division, all this fighting, all these problems started on the media. I'm not here trying to be an angel. I'm not here trying to act like I wasn't one of those. Yes, that was when Cucu was the Ras Cucu that will come out and spill as it is and don't care about whatever thing that is going to happen today or tomorrow. So that continued. It was very challenging. We now moved from SCACUF to the governing council. The same crew that was not in support of SCACUF could not join the governing council. Now, at that time, Tapan was still with the whole, what do they even call it? Federation talk and all that. So when the revolution kept progressing, and then he also realized that the majority of the people were for independence and all that, he was losing followers, he fell back and came for independence. But then again, what happened? It wasn't the same. He came for independence, but he still wanted his relevance. He still wanted to be the leader. He still wanted his own voice to be heard. He had his own platform. He had his own thing going for him. The division continued. Comrade Ayaba had his own platform. What do they call him? All of them, Comrade Bo, all of them had their own platform. The division continued. Everybody wanted leadership. From governing council, where Siseku was the chairman of the governing council, it moved to us having an IG. Now he became the first president of the IG. Still, some of these people could not still support the so-called IG they all wanted, because I could remember when we're talking about having a leader, when we're talking about having, then they were talking about a prime minister. Comrade Ayaba wanted it. I could remember that Akosom Pauline was posting him every day, advertising him to be the prime minister. So everybody wanted an idea of a government. But because it didn't go the way they wanted, they could not support Siseku when Siseku was appointed or elected. Whatever that happened in Nigeria, some of us were in there, we only heard. So I will go with what I heard. I wasn't an eyewitness. Because one thing I will not do in this revolution anymore is to back up anything I do not have clear evidences to. Whatever I am not a witness to it and there are not clear evidences to it, I will not say a word on it anymore, because lives are involved. People are dying every day. I have evolved in this revolution, and I choose to do what I think is right for the people and not for any individual. So he was the president then, and he appointed most of us. I was then the ambassador to the Scandinavia and all that. As time went on, what happened. They got abducted, which I would say, because this thing has been a talk on the media. Oh, he said he did this, he told us this and that. Till today, I, for one, I don't know what happened. I'm speaking on me. I'm not speaking for others. There was no time in IG that an information was given that there was supposed to be a meeting in Nigeria. But when that abduction happened, we all found out there were people within an IG that knew there was supposed to be that meeting in Nigeria, because I could remember on that very good day when Secretary Elat came into the house and talked about Nkongo's success has said something to him. And it's like these people have not said anything in the house today. the talking, the investigation was going on. And the first person that made a statement, I remember vividly, was Kalesh Mbongo. She said, oh, there was supposed to be a meeting in Nigeria. I could remember very clearly. And some of us were like, what meeting are you talking about? What meeting? We had no clue. So it was just like we had an IG within the IG. That is the truth. Because some of us were just figureheads. We were just there to count the numbers. Let me say, internal affairs of that IG, some of us did not know about it. So I was surprised. I contacted Secretary Ella from behind the scene. He couldn't give me any information because he too had no clue. He had just heard from Congo Success that called him to tell him that there had been an abduction in Nigeria. So they called for an emergency meeting. So with that said, they were abducted. Till today, we don't know what happened, what they went there for. I have no clue. So I'm speaking for myself. So things happened the way they went, and then there were talks. We had a 3-man IG. I'm just giving a brief account here. I don't want to go, detailing into the whole thing. And then some people liked it, some people did not like it, but they did their own job at the time they did it. So there were proposals that a new president, after 3 weeks of the whole thing and nothing was coming up, 1 month, that a new president should be elected, that was going to be the acting president. So we still maintain him as our president because he still deserves all the respect at that time, in quotes, I'm putting it. So you understand me clearly and don't go change the narratives. So President Sako was elected. Now, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is this. The whole division and the challenges, because the biggest challenges we've had in this revolution is division, is hate speeches, divided groups. We've refused to unite for reasons that are best known to us. I do not know why, because we've all tasted power. Everybody wants to be a leader in his own platform, a leader in her own platform. So this is where all these challenges originated, from the days of the consortium when power was handed over to the diaspora. So when President Sako was elected, the same people that never supported President Siseku was still against President Sako. So he too came in, and things did not go as expected. Some group of people that were for Siseku, maybe they wanted things to go their way. But President Sako came with his own fresh new ideas, fresh new things, the way he wanted to transform the IG, looking at the challenges we're facing, bringing on things that he thought was going to be best at that time. Of course, they really helped us, because I think where we are now is not where we were, a couple of years ago. Though we are not where we want to be, but it's not where we were a couple of years ago. So some people felt like he was not buying their ideas, he was not being a puppet to them and all that. The idea of scope came out. And the narrative was, they want to talk about basing us on political, which some people, bought the narratives. I, for one, if something is not clearly stated with evidence, I don't fall for it. So at the end of the day, it did not go as expected. We all realized that maybe the birth of Scope was another challenge to overthrow President Sako and his IG, which did not work. Scope failed, the APNC came up, another plan B. We still did not buy the narrative. We fought that battle. We escaped from it. The APNC failed. And what happened? The same people that we thought had the APNC, that thought it was really, really a platform to unite, as they claimed at the time, now brought out their true colors. Now, what I'm saying is this. To cut the whole thing short, we've been through battles. We've been through a lot. And at this point in time in this revolution, if me and you have not realized that all the back and forth, the infighting, the division, the hate speeches has not delivered anything reasonable to us on the table to help this revolution, then I think it's high time we all stopped. It is not helping us. I'm looking at the things that are going on in the media. I'm looking at how activists are insulting themselves. It has gotten to an extent where we bring our family members, our mothers and fathers into our insults. You insult another comrade's mother so badly, explaining their lives, how they were born, whether from prostitution. I'm sorry, I'm calling out those words. It is really, really a shame. It is really a shame. The question is, what have we achieved so far in the midst of this division? And then some people will come to your inbox and tell you, oh, Cucu, why are you not responding to this? If from when this revolution started. It's been 4 years counting. You have not grown, you have not matured, you have not evolved to be a better person. Then you should be asking yourself questions: what you are actually fighting for, why are you fighting for it, and where are you even heading to? Who are you in this revolution? Did you come in with a good faith, or you came in for your own self glorification or something? The revolution is not in a place where it's supposed to be right now. It's high time we all went back into our bedrooms and review our lives, review our actions, review our contributions, how it has been helping this revolution. In what way? Has it been negative? Has it been positive? How has it helped to push this revolution forward? At the end of the day, we can all sit in the diaspora and say what we want to say. We can all sit and clap for those that are fighting because it does not affect us. We can all sit and do what we want because you know what? We have food to eat. We have shelter over our head no matter what happens. Life is normal for us here. We are not those that are being killed on ground zero daily. And that is why I am mad at our people, because it has come to a point some of them need to start coming out and calling out these people and telling them and the diasporans what they really want. These people are the backbone of this revolution, but we have no regards for them, because if we had regards for them, we'll review our actions and realize that they are the ones suffering the predicament of our actions. They are the ones suffering the consequences of the actions that we are portraying in this diaspora. The childishness has gone to another level. And each time you try to call a comrade and say, "Comrade, please, we shouldn't go down this road. We should stop. Maybe do something more positive. Come up with positive ideas, positive strategies." If you tell me you are better than me, I don't have the time fighting you. What I will do is focus on myself, work on myself, come up with strategies that will prove a point to the world and the people in the revolution that I am better than you. I have better ideas than you. And not come out and be insulting you, insulting people. Like, really, how childish can we be? How low can we be every day? How are we inspiring ground zero? I know many people on ground zero that have stopped supporting this revolution. I know many people that call daily and say, we will start reporting people that are in this revolution. Not because they love doing it, not because they like what they are doing, but because of the so much negativity diaspora is portraying, because of the so much hate that we are portraying among ourselves. How are we inspiring these people? They are the ones dying every day. Young boys are dying every day. I guess your brother has not been killed. Your sister has not been killed. Your mother has not been killed. Your neighbor has not been killed. So you do not know what it means. And I realize most of the people, I am not trying to call anyone a newcomer here, but most of the people that are still harnessing this hate on the media are people that actually joined this revolution 1 or 2 years ago full time. If you look at all those that were in this revolution from 2016 and fought all the battles on the media, they have actually retreated from all these dirty actions because they realized long time ago that it does not pay us. It does not help us in any way. When people come up with a project, the IG will come up with a project. If you don't want to support it, it's okay. But to stand to discourage people, stand to sabotage that project, stand to blackmail that project, and then the next minute, as dumb, I'm sorry to use that word, as you can be. Because when a man or a woman is filled up with so much hate, you do not even realize how stupid some of your actions can be. You are the first person that will come out to ask for accountability, to ask for proofs of action to that same project, the project you discouraged so badly, the project you sabotaged so badly, the project you never contributed and told people not to contribute. But you are the first. I am not saying accountability is not important. In fact, if there is any place or any platform or any individual that has supported accountability so much, and of course it has been respected, is this IG and its president. If you want to say something, be honest to yourself. We have different groups in this revolution because this same accountability is what has been killing this revolution. The attacks on my trip to Boya is what has been affecting the future of this revolution to an extent where Ambazonian comrades are now taking their own comrades to court and ignoring the big elephant in the house that we are all supposed to unite and fight. What a shame. What a shame. If you have that much money to
Yeah.
pay lawyers and take an individual to court, what stops you from funding the revolution, funding the boys on ground zero, putting action on the ground? I am ashamed of you all. I can go on and on and on, but today I'm just going to say it as it is. And I'm also saying that the IG is not perfect, because it is high time we all come out and be calling of the activists that claim to be for the IG, that are portraying so much negativity on the media. How is it helping this IG? How is it helping the revolution? It is high time we all started doing that. And for you all claiming you are supporting this IG, that you go under those platforms and clap your hands. I have literally cut off most of you. I don't pick your calls. I don't reply to your text messages, because you've all been hypocrites. You've all been hypocrites. I know how you will come out and talk about people that are being negative. You will come out and call names. I don't want to call names of those people. But today, I see you all supporting negativity and clapping for them as they insult their mothers and their fathers on the media. Who are you people? Who are you supporting? Where are you taking this run to? Are you even thinking of ground zero? Some of us are for ground zero. Some of us does not care about the media anymore. And that is why when you say, oh, Cucu, you are not coming out. What am I coming out for? My strength is on ground zero. It's not on the negativity that is revolving around the media. It's not the bias that people have harnessed so much hate in their hearts, so much that another Ambazonian looks like poison to them. We have totally ignored La Republique. And that is why they are beginning to strive again. Call it what you want to call it, but I'll tell you the bitter truth today in front of you all. La Republique is beginning to strive again. We destroyed them. We ridiculed them to nothing long time ago, because our people are almost giving up on us. That is why La Republique is beginning to strive again. Think of your action. It does not make you a superman to come out and insult people daily because you want to make a point. You can come out and debunk something that is not correct in a very, very, very mature and formal manner, in a very responsible manner, without insulting people and calling names. And when we say people should not come to ABC and call names, they take out the narrative differently and portray only hate speech. That, oh, we don't want people to come on ABC, which is not true. That we don't want activists to come on ABC, which is not true. I am not afraid of anybody. You guys know that if he wants to go into battle, not even any one of you, those men, can stand this Cucu. But like I told you before, I have evolved, I have grown, I have learned in the revolution. And some of those things do not matter anymore. Some of those things only take you backward. Our children are looking up on us. They are emulating from us. So when I come out and insult you, insult another comrade, what am I teaching my 6-year-old in the house? What am I teaching my 4-year-old in the house? Yes, I got 2 sons, beautiful sons that are copying from me. And my image and that of my family matters a lot, because when I raise those insults, it is me and my family that are being insulted. Why you protect your own family at home? Why you have good dinner with your own family at home? No embarrassment, no insult, no disgrace. I remember the day even my late sister was put on Facebook for no good reason. Some of you were in your home celebrating. Yes, that is all what you want. People that will come out and raise insult and then the bullet. They don't affect me. But I have a family that maybe some of them are affected by those actions. And we all have those family members. We all have people in the family that do not even support this revolution. But you've beaten all odds. So how are you even encouraging them to join? By coming to insult daily? By coming to fight daily? It's not going to work that way. It is never going to work that way. If that is the Cucu you want to see on the media, shame on you, because this is not the Cucu. This is not that Cucu anymore. I am a member of an IG. And this IG is meant to be an exemplary platform for, this is a government. If we have the name of a government, we must act as one. We are the fathers and the mothers of the revolution. Our actions should speak volume. Our actions should inspire people. Our actions should bring us together. And that is what I am practicing. That is what I am portraying. I am not acting upon your demands. I am acting upon what is right for Ambazonia. That is what I'm doing. So whether you start from today and rants and pants, Cucu is not going to change. This is the new me. And you have to deal with this Cucu for a very long time. Till even after Ambazonia comes. Because this is how I'm going to live my life forever. I did what I did those days. And they were really needed that time. At this point in the revolution, all we need All we need is positive vibes. All we need is positivity. All we need is encouragement. How to encourage one another. How to be there for one another. It's not going to be perfect. But even if your brother do something wrong, be mature enough to first of all talk to them from behind the scenes. Ground Zero is suffering. If you do not have any blood passing in your vein, know that these people are suffering and they are counting on us because we gave them hopes from the first day. We made promises to them. We told them we're going to be there for them. We told them we're going to help them fight this battle. What have we done to prove those points to them? What have we done to inspire them? What have we done to encourage them? All they do is die daily. This is the 1st of October coming. What have you done to make the 1st of October very memorable? What have you done to use that day to help sensitize again to the world, to remind the world of what we are passing through? If not of clapping for positivity, or sorry, negativity, clapping for those fighting on the media, clapping for those calling names, insulting their mothers and their fathers on how they were born, where they were abducted, where they were taken to. What a shame, Amazonians. And then you come into the house and say, oh, this person is doing a good job on the media. Shame on you, on mothers and fathers that have sinned. And next time, as I'm sitting here right here today, if this continues, I will start coming out to call names. Because you know what? We are going to make a difference. We are going to make a difference. I have looked around this revolution. There is nobody that has the heart of the people on Ground Zero like this IG. The things we do. But I believe that if some of these activists would be this IG more, we are going to do far much better than what we are doing right now. Discouraging words are not going to help us. And when you choose to be quiet, they call you names blackleg. If you don't speak their language, they call you blackleg. If you don't act the way they expect you to act because they think there's another God in your life that can press the remote for you, they call you blackleg. Does it really touch me? It doesn't. But I'm letting you know that every action that you portray in this revolution is affecting the innocent ones on Ground Zero that do not have a place to hide as you are hiding in the diaspora. Yes, we are all hiding in the diaspora. If we are not hiding, we should go to Ground Zero and fight. We all cannot go there because there are people that are meant to be here to protect those on Ground Zero, to raise funds for Ground Zero, to sensitize, to mobilize and everything. If not, we could have all been on Ground Zero. The negative energy needs to die down. I am not going to control everybody on the media, but if you say you are for this interim government and you want this interim government to do better, please let the negative energy die down. You are not helping this government. You are not helping President Sako. You are not helping the Vice President Abongwa. You are not helping Secretary Chris that takes all of his time to talk about this struggle on the media. You are not helping the people on Ground Zero. You are not helping our mothers who have lost their sons. They look at us every day and they cry. You are not helping them. You are not. If you think you're doing it for them, no, you are doing it for your own self-gains because you want to portray yourself as the master or the mistress of the game. Shame on you all. I hope we'll all retreat from our actions. I hope we'll all take a moment from this new beginning, the 1st of October, to retreat, to review our actions and see if it has been, if it has actually helped this revolution or miles behind. If others are there insulting you, ignore them. If you ignore someone for a period of time, that person becomes a loving fool. If that person becomes a fool on the media, there is no way an individual will be powerful if you do not respond to their stupidity. And when you keep responding, you become the biggest stupid human being. Because if a madman picks your clothes and run away, you will not follow that madman with your nakedness. Who is the madman there? You are the mad person that got brains and could not reason. Ambazonians, please, this revolution needs me and you. I am still Cucu Da Blinx. I have never changed. I am still your Undersecretary for Communications. I am still with the IG 100%. But the negativity on the media is not encouraging some of us to come out. You come out, people will insult you. People that have never known you, they will insult you like they were born on the same day with you in your home. We have to stop. I don't worry about those things, but I worry about the people that are affected by those actions, especially our people on Ground Zero. They are my concern. Not all of us here in the diaspora. Those people on Ground Zero are concerned. Those innocent boys that are fighting for me and you, losing their lives every day, are my concern. It's not about President Sako. It's not about the vice president. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about ground zero. It's about Ambazonia. So if you realize your actions are not helping this revolution, are not helping ground zero, are not helping Ambazonia, then you really have to stop. It is high time we all stopped. I am not an angel here. I have not been perfect. I did what I did when I did it, and it was necessary. But at this point in the revolution, let our positive vibes speak for us. If others that are not for this IG chooses to be negative, ignore them and focus on how to build this IG and build ground zero. I will give it back here to my brother Paul Nillong. I guess he has one or two words to add to this before we go to the next topic, the 1st of October. Thank you all Ambazonians for listening. Comrade Paul. Yeah, I know. Don't say anything.
Asia,
Thank you, bro.
I never, yeah,
You know,
I
I
never
can go
wanted
on
to.
and on and
When you,
on. I
no,
really like,
no,
it's not about
when
me,
you
it's
are,
about us, it's about the both of us. But I can go on and on and on. But hey, come on.
the desert, and you see a bottle of water. There's no break. I am very happy for that elaboration. And now let us talk something about activism. We have this whole struggle is about ground zero and the diaspora. Why on ground zero they put their life on the line? The diaspora, we have activists. Every Ambazonia diaspora virtually is an activist. But now I want you to talk a bit about the activism of the beginning years and the activism of now.
Okay.
You, as a under Secretary of State for Communication, what are the
Yeah.
differences? What have you noticed that need to be when it comes to activism
Okay.
from
I'll be very candid
Mark
and I'll be very
Tapan now?
honest. Exactly. I'll be very honest with my analysis. And of course, you're taking me down memory lane again. If I want to compare and contrast the activism of a couple of years ago, 2016, 2017, when this revolution started, I will tell you, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect, but I could feel the energy. I could feel the honesty. I could feel the hunger for our country. I could feel the enthusiasm. I could feel that vibe, that energy, that positive vibe. Although before some of them got really infiltrated, before some of them got really became tested power and became really uncontrollable and so power hungry and then became so negative, they were amazing guys. They had the heart in the at that time. You know why? Because they did not believe in this revolution. They did not believe that Ambazonians that were going to fight to this point, were going to suppress La Republique at a certain point. They did not believe in the revolution. So they were afraid to put their faces out. They were afraid to even join the revolution. They were looking at some of us like fools. Mark and Tapan were the two super courageous guys that knew the effects of joining this thing in the beginning, that they might never ever go back to La Republique, yet they took the battle. I have to be honest on that. And then we have Secretary Chris that was doing, back then he was calling it Cameron calling or something, I can't remember. We have Comrade Bo. I mean, these are people that I will tell you believed in this thing from day one. We had our president Sako. He was one of the strongest activists, and that is why I am angry within me, because I could remember when President Sako was an activist. Not for a day was he ever negative. He will educate us. He will analyze on a situation in a very mature and very professional manner. At no time did he call names, but he made his analysis very straight and people believed in him. And that was why when he was elected president, people believed in him so much because they had followed him as an activist. And they knew he was an intelligent man. They knew the direction he was going to take us to. Activism at that time, though we weren't perfect, but there was more honesty to work for Ambazonia and not for themselves. The focus was ground zero. You understand me? The focus was how to encourage ground zero, how to sensitize to the world, how to fight to get back Ambazonia. But today, activism, all I see is competition among ourselves. Who has the biggest platform? Who has the biggest following? Who can insult who more? I don't know. It has revolved around us competing, fighting among ourselves, forgetting the main reason we came into this revolution, the main reason why we even came in as activists. And I am telling you, to be honest, these are people that joined this revolution 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and started putting their faces on the media. I don't want to call their names, but they know themselves. These are people that came with very low, because even you, Comrade Paul, most of you were in Nigeria that did not even know if we were going to leave the borders of Nigeria and come abroad. But you guys were doing an amazing job. Amazing job, even with regards to the fact that your lives, the security wasn't there, because Nigeria, of course, anything can still happen to you. I am talking about people that were in this diaspora, but we never knew them. We never heard their voices. They never even came out for a protest. They never came out. I could remember when the first person came out. That was when President Siseko got elected as president. He came out. That was when everything happened in Nigeria after the formation of the governing council. When he was first elected as president from Nigeria, that was when that individual came out, and he was very positive then. Supporting the IG, supporting President Siseko, and even when he got adopted, he was still supporting, President Siseko until Siseko came out. Now, I have seen some people comment saying that Siseko is the problem and all that. Look, guys, I am not here to look at who is the problem or who was the problem. I am here to look at who and how you can avoid, how you can become a better person from that problem, what you've learned, and how you can better yourself and better the revolution. Are we going to continue dwelling on the past, on the mistakes, on the errors of other people? Are you going to use that for an excuse for you not to be able to achieve something better? Are we going to continue dwelling on the actions of Siseko? I'm not here to say he was right. Nope. He was wrong. Until today, he is still wrong. In fact, he lost it. And that lost every respect from me as an individual and from majority of Ambazonians. But we cannot dwell on the past. We cannot dwell on the past. So if you know, as I know, that Siseko was wrong and he has no power to lead from jail and he cannot do anything good from jail, then use your power as a free person to do the right thing, and don't dwell on the stupidity of people that you still know that they are at wrong. So who is the stupid person here, or who is at wrong here? It is you. You have to look at the past, look at the mistakes, look at the flaws, and correct the future. That is what I expect you to do. So activism of today is so toxic. I mean, I can see only I can't even say one or two, because no matter what, people will still respond to negativity. People will still call names. Activism of today is so toxic, is so poor. I can't even comprehend. I can't even name it all. So if you're telling me to compare and contrast, and Comrade Paul, yesterday's activism wasn't perfect, but come on, it was coming from an honest place. We were all learning, you understand? And at that time, we did what we did because we had to set the record straight in the best way we can. But we cannot continue to dwell on the past, pointing fingers, blaming people, and trying to blame people for our own errors of today. No, we will not continue blaming people. And if you believe that person A is not good enough, you, person B, should come out with your skills, come out with your actions, come out with your good work, and give Ambazonians that are still reluctant reasons to join this revolution, and encourage the people on ground zero. That is what you should do, and not continue to dwell on the past. And because we encourage people to be positive, because I encourage people to be positive, because I tell people, ignore trivialities, ignore people that are not relevant. The more you call their names, you make them relevant. And then they call me blackleg. And then they call me, oh, she's now working with this or that. Look, if there is anything some of you have not known about Cucu, I'm not afraid of anybody. I respect great institutions. I respect President Sako. I am loyal to Ambazonia and I'm loyal to Ambazonians. I am not afraid of anybody. If today I choose to leave this IG, I will do it honorably. I will do it publicly. And even if I choose not to do it publicly, I will not fake to be with the IG when my loyalty is somewhere else. So if you've not known Cucu at this point, then you are a stranger in this revolution. I don't look at faces before I take my actions because nobody brought me and nobody will tell me what to do. I will do the right thing. So I support great institutions like the IG. I do not support an individual. So if you think my attention is divided, or if you think I am loyal to someone else and I'm acting like a spy in the IG, you need to think again. I don't know. I don't want to call names. I don't want to insult anybody, but you should really think again because I am strong enough as a woman to make my decision. I will not be afraid of anybody. Never. It has never happened, and it will not happen even today. So think again before you talk. Just think well before you talk. It comes to a point when you realize the social media space needs some break. So you can stay behind and review the revolution, review our activism, look at the actions, know who is who. Because when you are so involved in that space, you do not really know who is who. And for the time being, I have been away from that space. I have actually known who is who. I've actually even known the people that claim to be for this IG, but whatever thing they are doing is for their own self-glorification. If you tell them close your platform and only focus on ABC, they will not do it. If you tell them stop ranting about yourself and focus on ground zero, they will not do it. If you tell them stop saying I and say we, they will not do it. So I have grown in this revolution. I have been observant enough to know who is who. So I think some of you should also learn that. Take some time, give space from the social media, just review things and observe from behind so you realize that some of the things you think you know are not the way they are. Work from within, ask questions. Don't assume because person A comes out and say blah, 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 you just follow suit. I did not believe at this point of the revolution, some Ambazonians will still be this gullible. That somebody will come and say, oh, President Sako ate 200 million, bring receipts that you don't even know where they came from, you follow. Or somebody will come and say, Comrade Paul Nillong stole from Cucu Da Blinx, tangible evidences. Why don't you even do backdoor consultation? It's called maturity. It is called maturity. Anybody can come in the media and say what they want to say. Anybody can do what they want to do. That is how toxic the revolution is right now. That is how toxic activism is right now. It has come to a point, I will see an Ambazonian talking and I just screw past. I don't even want to stop for a second. Because I already know, looking at that person, I already know it's going to be totally a very negative vibe. But it's disappointing more that I see some of our mothers and fathers commenting under these lives and hailing them, clapping for them. Shame on you all. Shame on you all. If you believe in this IG and you want this IG to grow, go back and tell those people to retreat. If you have good proposal, you will see an individual that claims to be for this IG. The moment he hears a rumor about Secretary Chris or President Sako or Cucu or anybody, they run first to the social media. And these people have direct access to these people to talk to them, to ask questions. But because they want comments, they want likes, they want following, they run to the media only to, I call them attention seekers. That is why I don't respond to trivialities like that. That is why I don't respond to things that will not help Ground Zero. Ground Zero, some of us, I will not say all, some of us are for you people. And if you do not see us on the media, no, we are doing better things to better you people on Ground Zero. We are doing better things to save Ambazonia. We are doing better things to bring back Ambazonia, because Ambazonia is not with us yet. Having that name does not mean we own it. We don't own it. We still have La Republic acting in our territory, killing our people daily. If we own Ambazonians, we will not be losing our people to La Republic. So think about it. If your activism does not create positivity on Ground Zero, then you are not an activist. If your activism does not inspire the world, does not make people look at you and want you to be their role model, then you are not an activist. Go back and revisit your dictionaries and define the word, redefine the word activism. And then you ask yourself questions if you're actually an activist, or who are you in this Ambazonia revolution? So, Comrade Paul, that is my answer for this question. Activism of today is so toxic because people want to be self-glorified. Everybody wants to be the best, not for Ambazonia, for themselves. So the competition only brings hate and disunity compared to the activism of a couple of years ago. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I also want to talk something about activism. What activism is all about? It's all about motivating people. It's all about to light
Exactly.
the darkness. The darkness shaded a polar for the restoration of our independence. It was something that has been covered, has been clouded from Amazonians, and there are so many reasons why La République combined with the international conspiracy to do what? To silence our voice. Now, as an activist, you are coming out to motivate the people, to push the people, to provoke the people, to educate the people. In our case, oh, for example, we have zero, we have diplomatic community, and diaspora. Now, each time you come out to give Amazonians, activists, if you are listening to me, each time you come out to give a message, ask yourself, what is the impact of that message on ground zero? What is the impact of that message to the diplomatic, to the international community? For example, a diplomat has heard of you as an activist and managed to watch your show. So let me hear what this activist is talking
Exactly.
about, the restoration of in the now. We also have the diaspora, which is me and you, members of the Amazonian family. We have even people of other nations, of other tongues, they follow us as activists. Now, ask that after a 2 or 3 hours, how does that man on ground zero benefit? What has his motivation? The level of his motivation, has it been increased? Has it been touched? Then you ask yourself, if a diplomat was listening to me, will that diplomat, will it diplomat to touch the government, to talk to to her government, to talk to any institution of her country? And then you ask yourself, for those Amazonians who are in the diaspora, what is the impact? But now, what I have come to realize is that we as activists, we have turned to gossipers. We merely, this is the bitter truth. This is the bitter truth. Merely gossip
Gossip is
on
even
social
the
media.
word of the day.
And,
Gossip.
and yeah, it, it, activism has become gossip. And now the Amazon are so greedy that what is what an activist must say. If it does not pleases you, you tell that activist, master, you are not talking. You are not. That is how greedy some of us have become. Please, when you listen to a message, when an activist comes on stage, on this platform to give a message, ask yourself as an Amazonian, how does this message benefit Ground Zero? If a young man who has decided to take up weapon to defend motherland, how does that message benefit him? If a diplomat was listening alongside me, how does this message benefit that diplomat? How does it make that diplomat to act? These are questions that we need ourselves as Ambazonians. When you each time you listen to activists, but what has activism all turned into these days? Activism has turned it's all about name calling. It's all about, I mean, I don't understand that aspect of motivating our people on ground zero is no longer there again, and we have some gullible Amazonians in the last
Look, these activists, and my brother Paul, these activists will not do what they are doing if the same Amazonians claiming to fight for freedom do not support their actions. You know, there are some of them that are still faceless till today, but they are in this diaspora claiming they are for the revolution. Look at most of the people commenting and supporting this kind of activism are people who are faceless. So at the end of the day, we do not even know who is who, whether they are really Ambazonians that are supporting this revolution. So we have to be really careful. I can see some people calling names and saying this person is just setting the record. Now, listen, I think that is why I say I don't want to really insult anybody, but when I read how ignorant people can be with their comments, like it sucks. At no point have I said that we do not debunk maybe a kind of lies telling or set the record straight. If today somebody comes and say, President Sako stole 1 million, and I know for certain that President Sako did not steal 1 million, and I know where that 1 million went to, I will come out in a very mature manner and debunk it and set the record straight. I will not come out to insult your mother, to tell the world that President Sako did not steal 1 million and insult your mother, how your mother gave birth to you. Are you guys kidding me? Can some of you allow your parents to be insulted on the media like that? I have seen where activists are invited to other countries to come and speak to those countrymen and inspire their own people. Can our activists in this Amazonia be invited to another place to speak? Can we really be invited? I remember 2 years ago, there is something we normally had in the Scandinavia, the African Cultural Festival, where all African countries come together. I was the one that gave a speech on behalf of Ambazonians. My dear, if you are a toxic, very toxic activist, you cannot be allowed to mount that pulpit, because it's not about that stage. It's not about Ambazonia. It's Africa. You understand me? They look for positive people, people that are going to inspire other nations, people that are going to inspire Africans on how for them to fight for their rights, fight for their nation, educate their government, fight for what is right for them. So you think they are going to allow you that comes to the media? Because at the end of the day, we are fighting for Ambazonians, but you're also selling yourself out there. You either sell yourself in a negative manner or a positive manner. You're either selling yourself also to ground zero. When you go back, your activism of today is what is going to make you get to your people on ground zero. Just so you know. Because those same people are going to stone some of you for your actions. And the results of your actions, the things your actions are putting them, making them go through on ground zero, they are going to stone some of you. You will not be able to walk the streets. Trust me. Mark this day and mark my words. I have realized each time there is unity, whether it's even fake, the way these people celebrate, the way they are happy, you see them again come out so strong for the revolution. I remember back in the days when the IG will call for unity, call the other leaders for unity, and they will come, maybe their hearts are not even pure, and there will be picture taking. Ground Zero celebrates like freedom has come already. So why don't you guys even realize for once that this is what these people want? Positivity. I know we can never, I don't want to be a hypocrite here. There is never going to be some degree of unity, never, because the level of greed into people right now. But all I'm saying is we should focus on ourselves, do the right thing, come with positive proposals, work on ourselves. Let our actions speak more, not all the negative energy on the media. It's not going to give us Ambazonia. My dear, the more time we waste in this revolution, are the most souls we lost on ground zero. We'll keep losing people. So if me and you realize that our actions are not giving us what we want and try to focus on the positive, I mean, the death rate on ground zero is definitely going to reduce before freedom comes. The longer we stay in this thing, La Republic is not going to stop killing these people, because we are not going to give up at any point. How are you supporting President Sako positively? How are you supporting the IG positively? How are you supporting these market women, fathers and mothers, respecting the ghost town every Monday? How are you supporting them? We are calling for schools not to resume. How are you supporting these young boys and girls that are not going to school? How are you supporting them? By insulting people daily? By calling people names? By insulting people's mothers and fathers? My God, it's a shame. There is no competition to this. It's a shame. So before you comment, you too can be an activist. Before you comment and say they are doing the right thing, are you not an Ambazonian? Everybody in this struggle can be an activist. Come out and speak. Come out and also insult. Let them insult your mother and father also, and then you tell me it's correct. If that is what is going to help to better this IG and ground zero, if that is what is going to give us freedom, good luck to some of you. Continue. I hope we do not stop someday. Continue. Comrade Paul, go ahead. I think we should just,
Yeah.
because really each time I talk about
No,
these
no, no.
things,
I want
there
to.
is this
What?
threat.
There's
Go
so
ahead.
much. There's something that everybody stop. The truth. What can you? When it comes to
What is
the
the
truth,
truth?
what do you
Where has that
understand the
truth?
truth?
Listen, I respect President Sako for one thing. Ask me, Paul Nillong. Ask me, why do I respect this man so much? None of us in this revolution has been insulted as President Sako. I mean, none of us has been called the kind of names he's been called. Do you think he does not have the truth in his hands? Do you think he cannot respond to that truth? Or do you think he does not have evidences to come and back up himself and tell you people the truth of what you want to hear? Why hasn't he done so? Why does he ignore? Why? Why do you think he ignored these people? He ignored trivialities because it's not going to help him focus. He knows as a smart thinker that it's not going to help us in this revolution. It is not going to help this IG either. What makes you think he focuses on himself and the revolution? You think all the name calling from 1.3 million he stole and all that? if President Sako stole 1.3 million, he will not still be the president of Ambazonia because he's not getting anything. He will take the 1.3 million and go focus on his family and wait for our revenge. Yes, he has every right to come out. He has a wife. He has grown-up kids that are reading these things from the media every day, but he still realizes that it is upon me to sensitize my family and not respond to these trivialities. So why can't some of us emulate? He is our leader, right? I believe we are supposed to emulate from him. Not so. When our parents that raised us, I believe we are supposed to emulate from our parents. So as a government, I believe we are all supposed to emulate from President Sako. I do not think at any point he encourages this kind of activism because it
Yeah,
is his image
but
we
the
are denting.
Ambazonians,
I do not
Ambazonians
think
say
at
they
any
want to know
point
the.
he encourages this kind of activism and think he will be clapping for some of you. Nope, I don't think so. I have worked with him. In fact, before me and him became a member of Zeku's IG, he used to be my senior in activism. He used to be my friend. He used to be someone that will come on the media and I will be under the please share. Oh, this our uncle has something great for us. At no point did I ever hear him insult? In fact, those days were even worse. Let's be honest. Those days we had when Bala was doing, I mean, the worst things that we never expected. He will only educate us what is going to be the next action, what Bala is up to, how we should be prepared. He never called Bala names. He never called him a thief. He never called him embezzler. He never called him, oh, you've taken money from La Republic. Never. But he made us to know that Bala is weak and Bala is manipulated by La Republic. Bala is powerless in jail. So we should do this and do that. That is great doctrine. That is educating the people. Not coming to insult people, thinking you're passing a point. So for you all think that is correct, please join the crew. Don't only sit down and comment, oh, they are doing a good job. Join the crew. In fact, when they come, they should invite you to come and insult also. So we know we have great men and women of insult in Ambazonia. That is what we are good at. If it were only insult, all of us would have been in Ambazonia right now. Long time ago and forgotten. Comrade Paul, you know what? Please, we have 1st October coming. And that is the biggest target for us now. Let's talk about Ground Zero and encourage our people. Because you know what? He that has ears should listen, should hear us. If
Okay,
somebody wants to change,
okay.
it's not even about what me and you tell them today. They look, my father used to tell me the best advice is the advice you give to yourself. You understand me? Let them sit in their homes and rethink their actions. If they want to change, they will change. If they don't want to change, me and you cannot change them, and we cannot control their actions on the media. So as of now, please, let's focus on what is going to help Ground Zero. As far as this 1st October is coming, Paul, the floor is yours.
Yeah, uh, we cannot go there just when we have not gotten from you as the Undersecretary of State for Communication. This Department of Activism concerns communication. What is the Department of doing to educate, harmonize the
Well, I used to have before I used to have messages. I
department?
remember there was look, I used to have messages in my inbox, people calling me out, Secretary Under Secretary Blinks. We don't like the negativity on ABC. We don't like the negativity coming from the comms department. Look, I want to be honest. The comms department has always encouraged positive vibes. You understand what I mean? The comms department has always encouraged people to go out there and be positive.
Yeah,
We have said from time and again that we understand that some of those attacks can be so hurtful. But one thing that I've been in this life is called self-control. If you do not have self-control, you can't be a leader. If you do not have self-control, you can't be an activist. If you do not have self-control, you can't be a parent. If you do not have self-control, you cannot function in a community. You cannot function in the society. If you do not have self-control, even at your workplaces, you cannot function correctly. You cannot have your manners in check. You understand what I mean? So the comms department has done its part. And that was why we even went to a point where we had a backdoor meeting calling on our ABC producers, bringing out the policies of ABC, what we can allow on ABC. This is a national TV where the world is watching, and what cannot be allowed on that TV. So how the narrative was taken out, I don't care, and I don't want to debunk that. So what I'm trying to tell you is, Comrade Paul and Amazonians, we support positivity and we encourage our activists, especially those that says they got the IG, to be very positive out there and do only things that will inspire ground zero and ignore all these negative vibes. You remember I was insulted to a point where a lady who is a porn star, okay, was made, I don't know how they did it, Photoshop, to be me, Cucu. Now, Ambazonians, do you realize that I am a young lady, right? I have a family. My mother is still alive. I have siblings that will see those things. I have my children growing up. You understand me? Do you know the effect? Or do you know how much that affected me? But how was my reaction? Do you really think my country people, if I want to go back to back with him, he can be more than me? For anyone that knows me in this revolution, my country people cannot stand my thunder if I want it. If I want to shoot on that media, he can't stand my thunder. But sometimes I ask myself questions. All these people contacting me, Cucu shoot, Cucu do. When the real battle will start, you will not see them there. You understand me? And I'll be the one on that media continue like to dent my image. Even if you want to react, there's a way you manage things like that. You do more from behind the scene and allow people doubt your actions on the media, because even my country people doesn't even know my actions, doesn't even know my actions or reactions to that particular incident. So what I'm just saying in essence is there are some things we must know how to manage. Because at that point, whatever I came out on the media and did, people will say, oh, Cucu had the right. She's a woman. For you to degrade a woman to that manner, that was mad. You understand me? But that was where self-control came in me. And these are some of the things when I look at, I thank God for myself, how far I have grown in this revolution. Before I will go to meetings, people will not even talk in that meeting. I will shut down everyone. As long as your opinion does not tally with mine and maybe other people there, I will shut you off completely. But I have grown. I have evolved in the revolution. I have learned. That is what I expect every Ambazonia to do. The communications department encourages positivity, and that is what we are going to stand for no matter what. If this department, I am saying it today and I'm telling Ambazonians, listen, is coming from me. Any day this department starts encouraging negativity, I, Cuckoo, I will tender in my resignation. I just want you all to know that day. I know tendering my resignation is not going to stop the revolution, but I will not be a part of such negativity because I can still be my one-man army on the media. I was on the media before I got appointed. And Secretary Chris, as the head of that department, has had series of meetings with us on this same situation. Please, we should be positive. We should encourage the people. Those has been his messages. We should encourage ground zero. If your actions does not encourage ground zero, do not do it. If your actions does not inspire the people on ground zero, and Ambazonians, especially those in the diaspora that are still one leg in, one leg out, do not do it. I want to tell you today, Comreport and Ambazonians, many more Ambazonians would have been in this revolution today if not of all this in-house fighting, hate, bias, and negativity. Many more would have been a part of this revolution and contributing massively. You remember the day we contributed for Dr. Fontaine's car? It took less than how many hours for us to come up with how much dollars? What happened? Did our pockets run dry? What happened? I am even proud that President Sako can still raise money in this revolution at this time. So we shouldn't take that for granted. We shouldn't. We should do something to inspire these people that are still putting in their hard-earned money. We should do something. And me and you can do it. And look, the line has been drawn. There is no kind of negativity that will be a part of this department. I have said it, and that is how it's going to be. We agreed in that meeting. And if one person has a different opinion, then please let us work for Ambazonia and you go work for yourself. It's okay. So that is what this department stands for. Positivity. We have advised from time to time. Like I said, you cannot control people on the media. You can only say what you have to say and let their actions speak for themselves. But time shall tell. That is all I have to tell you. Time shall tell. We will all pay accordingly for our actions. That is one thing I believe in this revolution. Even those that think because we do not have a system in place right now, they can get away with whatever thing they do. Remember, Ambazonia will come. Everybody will pay accordingly. Thank you, Comrade Paul.
Thank you, Undersecretary, for that stand. Not everybody will take it the way you expect. Some will be happy, some will be angry, be like, oh, as usual, nebulous. Okay, let's talk about something else. The structure of the revolution at the moment, which the Dr. Sunda, the principle of the plan, the APP. What is your appraisal about the structure of?
You're breaking. I can't hear you. You're breaking. You're breaking.
Yeah, I was asking your appraisal of the Ambazonia peace plan. That is the APP.
Yeah.
County by county,
Yeah.
local government by local
Yeah.
government. What is on it?
That is where
carrying the revolution.
That is where the problem is. I'm listening. I got you clearly, my dear. That is where the problem is. Look, this is the best idea that was ever brought in this revolution. I can see, look, I just want to comment, first of all, commend the Vice President, Abongwa, Harrison Abongwa, for the massive job he's been doing, with regards to this APP. You understand me? Like, this guy has literally put his soul in this thing. But like I always say that we could have been better and we can do better if at all we practice positivity. Because I want to be honest here. I can say some counties, some LGAs are really doing great, but some counties and LGAs are still struggling. Not because they do not have the resources, not because they do not believe in the revolution, but because they still have leadership issues. I don't know if you're listening, Ambazonians, and you, Comrade Paul, because they have leadership issues because they do not know how to support another comrade that is leading wholeheartedly, because some of them believe that if their opinions are not taken, that house cannot stand. I have met people like that. This is an idea that if we all come together and focus up and forget about the social media noise, come to the social media only when you want to speak to the international bodies or ground zero, and just focus all on your counties and your LGAs. Trust me, Comrade Paul would have been far gone. But the few counties that are still suffering, not because the vice president or the president or the IG has not done enough to empower them, but because they are fighting within themselves leadership issues. There is envy, there is hate. If this person is not the leader, this person has his own friends, they will not support you. And then you know that it is a county thing, it's not an IG thing. I don't know if you understand me, which means there are people that are part of that county movement or LGM movement that are not fully in support of the IG. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So this is where some of these challenges come from. They
Definitely.
forget that this is not an IG thing. The IG is not even in control of their resources, it's not control of their actions. You focus and empower your community. But because the thing idea came from the IG, they come there to be distractors. You understand me? It is a brilliant idea. And that is why I
Yeah.
tell most of the people, the leaders of these forums, that if somebody is a problem to that house, kick the person out. So the few that are willing to work can bring results, because that is what we want, results. Not too much talking, arguments, fights. People will come for meetings, days, people will spend hours in numerous meetings. You know, what are the results of all these meetings? That is the question. I know people in this revolution that attends, the vice president attends meetings almost 7 days a week. This guy does not rest. I know people that attends meetings in this revolution at least 5 to 6 times days a week. Do we really think? And then when they come with good ideas, deliberations are made and everything, the next thing you realize, those with negative vibes, and they always come late. They always come late. They want to come and change all the narrative. That is the problem we face. It is a brilliant idea, my brother. But if we all be positive and realize that it's not an IG thing, it is your county, it is your LGA, it is in your hands to better it and fight the enemy within your location. We'll all do better. I think I'll leave it at that point. Thank you. And I'm really, really encouraging Ambazonians that haven't joined yet. That is the only place you can really make your name and your own voice heard. If you haven't, you should think about it or rethink about your actions. Thank you, Comrade Paul.
We talk about leadership in the LGAs. There's a lot of I don't know which word to connote this the problems we are facing at the moment. After the draft, there is a lot of leadership crisis. There's infighting at the level of the county. What advice will you give to county, the county
Sorry, what advice
executive,
will I
members
give
of the
to?
counties when it comes to
Well, the advice I'll give to the counties is, I think I just the word. You understand me? When I look at Momo, I know they're one of the biggest, but they are not the best. You understand me? But I can see the energy, I can see the commitment, I can see the enthusiasm that is within the Momo when it comes to donations and doing certain things. Though they have their own in-house fighting. What I'll tell the counties is this: we should look more at the end product. We should look more at what we are trying to achieve and not what we have right now. You see, this leadership that we have, everything about leadership right now is interim. I don't know if you're understanding me. Even leaderships in the county, leaderships in the LGS, they are all interim. These are all interim leaderships. When we go to Ambazonia, a structure will be put in place. A real structure with great policies will be put in place. Everything now is interim. So do not look at your brother because he's the chairman and you think you cannot support him because you're jealous, or maybe tomorrow he will become another god in Ambazonia. No, no. When we get to Ambazonia, a structure will be put in place. And even all these interim leaderships, re-elections will take place when we have a system that can manage these things. So I don't even see why we have to focus on those things now, fight because of things like that. It doesn't make sense. It is childish. Focus on works. Let it be competitive. Ask yourself, what have we done within our county or our LGA? If counties and LGAs will compete more on how many ekelebe they can bring down in a week, we will go far. If counties and LGAs will compete more on how much fund they can raise monthly to support their zero, we will go far. I mean, very, very far more than what we have right now. That is the energy, the positive energy we are talking about. Supporting one another, doing works that will help our LGAs grow. And have mercy on these people that come to attend meetings upon meetings, like the vice president talking every day, encouraging, and then you end up fighting yourself because of leadership, because of this, because of that. Please be reminded again that everything about leadership in this revolution right now, they are all interim. When we go to ground zero, when we have a system in place where elections can be conducted, we will have free and fair elections where you can elect your own leaders that you want in place. Thank you, Comrade Paul, please.
Okay, thank you for that elaborate. That advice was great. We take our next point on
Can we take some questions
first
from the
October.
people? Because I could see, Comrade
Is
Paul, we
around the
could take
corner.
some questions. Yeah, we could. Let's talk a
What are
little
your
on
questions?
October 1st, and then I'll be open to questions. I can see a lot of questions, and I don't want to ignore them. I'm ready today. I'm really ready. Okay. So can we talk a little bit on October 1st, and then I can take
Okay,
some of these questions. I'm ready.
we will take questions. Uh, Let me get my charger set. We take question on two. If you can write, you can text your
I could see a
question
lot of
on
questions, and they are
this
mostly
comment
about the
section
Naira
to
10. I
see.
think I really want to say something on that because, look, when you have followers and you have people that have trusted you for so long, I think ignoring them is not the solution because they have been given a lot of narratives. You understand me? So I don't know. I wasn't ready for that, but it has become something that is either maybe haunting the IG or haunting me. So I think I really want to say something very brief on that. But let's just say something very quick about October 1st. It's very more important than all this Naira 10 talk. Can we do that?
Okay, then you
You can
you,
start.
you
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 can
give
start if you
the
have
appraisal
something
on
to
the
say. You can start.
October 1st.
Okay. Like fellow Amazonians, yes, we are here again, and 1st of October is around the corner.
Felix,
Another time to commemorate our
yeah, sorry,
independence.
sorry, yeah,
Am I there? Hello,
yes, the
Comrade
floor is
Paul.
yours.
Can you hear me?
The floor is yours.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
October 1st
yeah.
is here again. It's around the corner. Another time to commemorate our independence. I could remember 2017 when our independence was declared. A lot happened on ground zero. We lost a lot of our young ones that came out that day to showcase to the world who we are, our heritage and everything. May their souls rest in peace. We've celebrated a couple, and each time it is 1st October, after the celebration, of course, ground zero always bleed. That is not what we want. I think this year I want us Amazonians, especially those in the diaspora, to come up with things that are very inspiring. If we have to sensitize, let it be more in the diaspora. Our boys on ground zero, I don't want to talk about the fighters. They have their game plan for themselves. That is not something I should be talking about here. It's not my business. I'm not a part of the defense. But I'm talking about our mothers, our fathers, everybody on ground zero. Stay indoors. If you want to celebrate, celebrate quietly in the house. Diaspora, I am asking, what plans have we got to inspire these people, to make them to understand that the revolution is alive? We all believe in Ambazonia, and Ambazonia is something that is promising. We have counties, we have countries, we have country coordinators. What plans have you got? I want to see each country come out that day with a symbol. Do something. It is all about ground zero. We know that these people are vulnerable. We know they are in the lion's den. There is a limit. If they are left to do what they want to do, trust me, we will never do a quarter of what ground zero can do. But at this point, every life matter. Their life matter. Their safety matter. So there is just not even a limit. Their hands are tied with what they can do. So it is up to me and you, fellow Ambazonians in the diaspora, to do something great to commemorate this day, to remind the world of who we are, to remind the world of the atrocities of La Republique. Let it be uniform, let it be unique, let it be something that will all come out to do to commemorate that day and bring a great reminder of what Ambazonia has been going through for years. Please, Ambazonians, I really, 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 really want to beg you all. We can do more and we can do far much better than what we've been doing in the past. There are a lot of ways we can commemorate this day. We can just come out in our streets as a group because we have our country heads that can coordinate these things. I don't know, with COVID-19, there are lots of rules and restrictions put in place, but it depends on your country. Even if it takes two people to come out and do something, we can do it. We can do it. We can do something just to mark it, just to have a symbol of what is going on that day. Please, fellow Ambazonians, let's not ignore this particular day, as ground zero is going to be mostly quiet. We know why. Not because they cannot do it, but because they are vulnerable. They cannot do what we can do in the diaspora. Let this day be well commemorated. And as we do this, let's not forget our brothers and sisters that are in prison. Let's not forget them. Let's not forget the fact that they are there because of me and you. They are paying a price, me and you. It could still be me, it could have been me, it could have been you. Please, let's not forget them. Dikin Tasang and the rest, they are calling on us all. Let's not forget them. Let's use it as another time to sensitize about them. We have thousands of Ambazonians in that jail. Some are dying daily. Many have died so far. We keep seeing them dying daily. Please, let us remind the world of where our brothers are. Though we know many of them will never come back to life, of course, but the ones that are still alive, me and you can fight for their freedom. Let 1st of October be the day where our history will be on the platform again, where our history will be on lips, where the world is going to know again what we've been going through and still going through. Please, nothing is too small. Talk within yourself, talk within your countries, see what you can do. Look at the laws, the restrictions for COVID, and see what works for you in your community and come out on that day and do something. If it is 2, 3, 5 people that are going to represent a whole country on that day, it is okay, but let something be done. Let our messages be unique. Let our fights be unique. Let our battles be unique. Ambazonians, ground zero is looking up to us. And my brothers and sisters on ground zero, please do not give up. Do not give up, because the majority of those that have been in this revolution, their hearts, their souls are still buried in it. We are not giving up at any point. It is not as rosy as you must have wanted. Yes, the unity that you've always craved for is not there, but we are okay, because our hopes for Ambazonia has not been killed by the negativity on the media or wherever it's coming from. So please keep being resolute. Do your little bit. We applaud you all for still maintaining the ghost town. We applaud you all for respecting the orders. I will call it orders, because when we pass these messages, we don't ask you people what you want. We say it and you people respect it. We respect you all and we applaud you for listening to your IG, for listening to your people in the diaspora. But please do not give up. Know that whatever thing we are doing it for us all. It is not about you. It is not about me. It is about Ambazonia. And it takes me and you, I in the diaspora and you on ground zero, to make this thing work. Please do not give up. Let the negativity on the media do not change your narratives or derail you from the revolution. Keep doing your own part by maintaining the others, the rules, the plea from diaspora. And see, that is all we want from you people. That is all we want from you people. Please, please, please do not give up on us. Do not give up on the revolution. Understand that this is a revolution. It is not a walk in the park. It is not a ride in a roller coaster or something. Please, we are meant to have these bumps on the way. But trust me, I believe, and we all believe, that we will surely overcome. Let our strength be put together to be able to overcome this battle. Thank you, Comrade Paul. Now we can take some questions.
Yeah, I don't know if we can have my number on the screen for anybody who wants to call.
Yeah, that will be fine. We have just about 10 minutes for questions and we're gone. So, for how long have we been out here? Maybe an hour
Yeah,
or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, 10 minutes for questions.
Yeah, we have a question on Naira. I don't know if do you know about Naira 10 or something? It is 10
Well, can
particular.
I, yeah, let me say
Because
something on that.
I think about 10. Yeah, yeah, uh-huh. Yes, why I
Okay,
plead that my
about the
number be
Naira 10, I'll be
restricted
very honest. And whatever thing I'm
for
going to
call.
say here, whatever thing I'm going to say here today, I'm saying based on the narrative Siseko told us. Because there have been what are rumors or word in the media that he told us what happened in Nera, and we, the IG, have chosen not to tell the people. But the one question I kept asking, and we kept asking, was if what he actually told us is right, is correct, he can make others from the jail, from Kondengi. He can write communiques. He can dissolve an IG and create a government. What stops him? Okay? What stops him from telling the people himself if he's honest with what he told us? That was a question I had. On this very good day, we had a meeting with President Siseko, and this very honest question was asked to know what actually happened in Naira, because most of us in the cabinet didn't know about the meeting, and most of us in the cabinet
Yeah,
didn't know those that were going for the meeting.
yeah,
We
yeah,
had no clue about the meeting, what day the meeting was, the event, the venue of the meeting. We were clueless. And this was his response. I might not be very accurate because it's been a while, but in a nutshell, this was what he said. He was in America for Christmas and he felt it was time for him to go back home. And since it was Christmas, he also felt it to gather his brothers and sisters. That means other comrades like the Kintasang and the rest that have been in Nigeria, to have Christmas, whether lunch or dinner with them. That it was just a way to have that togetherness for Christmas. And also there were those that he has sent to the refugee camp in I'm sorry, I've forgotten the location, that he has sent with some Christmas things to go give them. So he also wanted to know how they went and everything. Now, this is his narrative. I wasn't there. Cucu doesn't know anything. I was in the meeting. I mean, I wasn't a part of the Naira. So I am telling you people what President Siseko said. So that was the meeting he called. Okay? He called the meeting and he said, when these people came, while in the meeting, they just realized some men entered, gunmen. You know, there were narratives of how they got food, drinks. Those are not the things I want to be talking about. It's not my business. Who ate what? I can't be thinking of all that right now. But to cut the whole thing short, he had a Christmas dinner. He wanted to have a moment with other comrades like the Kintasang and the rest. to discuss, just to have a dinner for Christmas, just to have that time like a family, because he has not had that time with them for a long time. And since it was Christmas, he felt the need to do it. So it was in the meeting that this gunman came in and got them abducted. That was what he told us. That was President Siseku's narrative. And then I asked the question. I asked him, I said, President Siseku, with all due respect, sir, I mean, then president, please do not go and misquote me somewhere. Then president, I asked him in the meeting, I said, with all due respect, sir, considering the fact that these people were at the, okay, before then, I'm sorry, guys, before he narrated that part to us, he was there telling us how good that whatever narrative that people have been saying about Milan on the social media, that we should please go and debunk it. That Milan has been amazing. Milan has been great. In fact, Milan has been the best thing that happened to this revolution. That we should go and debunk the narrative of him having a hand in the Naira 10 abduction or something. That Milan is one of the best things. So we all sat quiet at that part. Why would I be the one to go debunk a narrative? I don't know anything about Naira 10. I don't know about your meeting. So why would I go debunk what I know nothing about? So that was when I asked the question, when he gave the narrative. And then I asked him, I said, sir, considering the time these people arrived, knowing the venue of the meeting, the time of the meeting, the number of people that were at that meeting at that time, knowing all of their names, have you for once thought that somebody, an insider, could have sold you guys out and given out all these informations? Lo and behold, fellow Ambazonians, I was not supposed to be saying this, but I will say it. He said, his response to me was, even if somebody sold them out or whatever happened, that is past now. We should focus on the future. We should focus on the future. And then I asked him, I said, sir, how can that be the past? If we do not know the enemy in the house, how do we survive the future? Yes, it's the past, but if you know, we want to know, because it's going to guide us. It's going to help us know who this person is and how we're going to walk ahead. He shut me off and said he has answered what he has answered. We should focus on the positive and the future. And that was how that question was buried under the carpet. Other people ask questions that I cannot remember all the details right now. You understand? But he made it very clear to us that Milan is innocent and we should go and stop the narrative on the media, which I think he as well could stop it. You cannot be sending people. I'm nobody's puppet. I'm not working for anybody. I'm working for Ambazonia. So if you think something is going wrong or something is happening that is not right, you can go and stop it. If you can be in jail and change things and change government, dissolve government, put government in place, you can as well do that. So far, that is what I, Cucu, know about the Naira 10. Before they went for that meeting, I was a part of the cabinet as an ambassador. I had no clue, not I alone. I myself, these are people I can speak for. President Sako, then Secretary Ella then was also a part of the cabinet. Many of us, we had no clue about that meeting. The only person I could hear in the house that first said, oh, they were supposed to have a meeting was Kalesh when the news of the abduction came. Until today, I don't know anything about that meeting. I don't know what the meeting was called for, who called for the meeting. The same narratives you all have been hearing on the media is the same narrative I have been hearing, aside the one President Sekou told us. That was what he told us, and I have told you Ambazonians today. So it's up to you to make your judgment. I sign out. Thank you. That is all I can say on that.
Can you check your message? I dropped you a message. Your WhatsApp, I dropped you a message.
Yeah, so I did. So, fellow Ambazonians, before you continue to crucify Cucu or whatsoever, I had no clue. Your then president did not inform the cabinet, because I know, okay, another question we had was, if it was meant to be just a meeting to sit and have lunch or dinner or whatever with your brothers, what was it so sacred that they had to go to Naira paying all that flights, all that money, you can still have a meeting with your brothers in your house or any place. So a lot of questions were asked that were not answered, and a lot of questions are still in our head till today. But like I said, I was not there. I was not a part of the Naira 10. I can only say what I heard. I have no clear evidence to anything. So before you bury me or say I know everything that happens, Zeku told narrative. The ex-president Seku never. Maybe we all expected a certain kind of explanation, but that was not given. That was what he gave. And I've told you, Ambazonians, today. Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a question. I see you and Colin. We'll take the first question from Ucheba Nelson.
Hello?
Yes, you are live.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Paul. This is UN. Thank Cucu to explain a few things to us. I've heard the story that Cucu is explaining about what Ayuk Tabe told them in a meeting. So I think, I don't know if it is the meeting that is on the 25th of January, which was the first ever meeting that was attended by Terry Fuko. I had the recordings of that meeting. All what Cucu is explaining here, I heard Dr. Abongwa kept insisting and asking,
No, that was not the meeting. Before you continue, that was not the meeting.
So, so say anything about it, and then another thing is this: if what Cucu said is that the reason, so does Cucu believe that this is the reason why Milan came in a video and said the reason Naira meeting is very sensitive, that he could not tell Ambazonia people? So and what kind of birthday that was paid for Ambazonia money and whatsoever? And I also want Cucu to say a word here, because Sisiko just sent out a tweet the room, and we understand that this revolution started with a school with no one, a French curriculum and teachers in our schools, and he recruited a francophone lawyer and a presumption now.
Can you make your question straightforward, comrade UN? When you go and start narrating, I get confused. I want to know straight up what you want to know. Just give me straight, like, what do you want to know? Straight questions. If you continue to narrate, I get confused. If you have 2-3 questions, just say, I want to know this. Just go straight to it, please. Thank you.
Yes, well, I'm asking that the narrative you are giving there, was it what said in a different meeting? Because ever meeting that you guys was people in the meetings, and I have the recordings. Nothing came out like that.
Can I finish? Yeah, let me answer that one before you continue. This was a different meeting. Before Siseko had this meeting with us, there had been backdoor meetings with President Sako. That was not a general cabinet meeting. This is the first meeting he had with the general cabinet. And that was when he was asked by Barrister Nde what actually happened in Naira. And then this was his narrative. Question 2.
Is that clear, Mr. UN?
Well, I just wanted her to tell Ambazonian people, so it's just my own question. I'm not her, so I just.
But is that point clear? It's not the that you are now. It's clear.
Well, I think because the first thing, Ayuk Tabe, people want to know.
So Cucu is talking.
Cucu is
yes. Cucu is talking.
And he told Dr. Abongwa that why do you want to crime? How does that? How is that going to help the region? And then he started telling that he's having a lot there back and forth with the superintendent, and happened because even Secretary wanted to ask about those questions, because that is the first.
I was not in that meeting, Comrade UN. Listen, Comrade UN, are you listening? Wait, if you ask a question question. Be patient to listen to the answer. I know the meeting you're talking about, but I was not in that meeting. That was the meeting Secretary Chris was kicked out of the meeting. These were backdoor meetings that they had before the general cabinet requested that he should have a meeting with us. Now, I do not know what happened in that meeting. I only know from the narratives of Secretary Chris, the president, and the vice that came back to tell us what happened. And I think Secretary Chris had explained this thing on the media. So I will not talk about what I know nothing about. Thank you. Do you have another question?
Okay, I've got you, madam. Thank you for that one. The last question I was just asking is that you mentioned there that you want to thank Ground Zero for you hear from the instructor without consulting Ground Zero. But whereas Secretary Chris and the rest have been telling us on TV that it takes time for a solution, with a decision because they need to consult with Ground Zero. Have they been telling us lies? Because what is
you misunderstood what I mean. What I mean is this: sometimes we have situations that are so abrupt. We do not have that time for consultation, and we are trying to make decisions that are going to help or favor Ground Zero. So at that time, we implement its action. That is what I mean. So when I say sometimes we have situations like that, yes, they come up. When we have time, of course, we do consultation, even to the boys and all that. But when it's abrupt, we don't have that time informing the people. We do it and then we continue to sensitize them. But what I'm saying is, in situations like that, they still understand and they work with us because they trust us and they believe in us. I don't want you to change the narrative. I hope that is understood.
It's okay, Paul.
You and is not understood.
Yeah. Okay, the lines are still open. We will not be here for long. I see lots and lots of calls. Let me just try to call some back. There's a number on a particular number from Ground Zero that has been calling. I don't know. He's on another call. Hope he's not trying to call again. So please, we just have barely 10 minutes for calls. So if you are us, oh, I think there's another Ground Zero number here. Yeah, please, can you introduce yourself?
Hello.
Please, if you are calling from Ground Zero, you don't need to talk your location.
Just, yeah, remember that.
Yes, I'm calling from Ground Zero, Meme.
Okay, from Meme. Yeah. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, my brother coming on. I really appreciate what you're doing. Hello.
Yes, we are getting you alive, ABC.
We are really appreciate what you guys are doing. But it has been long. See Coco, because we thought that maybe she have left the IG or she have job. We are surprised with the situation that she's saying. You know, the thing that is killing us is that when active come out and insult, then the other people in the IG also go back to revenge. The insult upon insult make us find ourselves behind. So I really like the way that cooking is really coming up now to say the truth. Really, there are people in IG that they have havoc. It's too much. Yes, they don't respect themselves.
You have 10 seconds.
Okay, my sister said that if you don't respect yourself, people also have to bleed for it. It's a person that takes good and bad. Between the good that he will look the one that is favorable and move forward.
5 seconds.
Because we have also in Ground Zero here because of convincing people are saying this group will come and talk this one tomorrow, this group will talk this one. But you will see today this act from the IG will say this insult upon insult. End up We are the 1 year suffering. The diaspora is gaining more ground for the insult. So it is time now all of us come together and re-strategize. So
Thank you. Take another question.
You will have in your life, but you need to re-strategize.
Okay, it is noted. Thank you. Your time is up. We take another. Thank you very much. Another caller from Ground Zero. Please, you can just give your location, one name or whatever. Yeah, you are live.
Calling from Ground Zero. Thank what she has said. I think that if I were in the place of first caller, I would have loved to praise her and to focus on the most important things rather than ask what happened in Naira. We leave that out. What is important is what Cucu has said. The division that paralyzing us this way. We are looking forward to 1st October. She is wonderful. She's a wonderful person, and we that 1st September should rekindle our hopes. And if you people in the diaspora you can do like Cucu is saying. Calling names on a help.
Is he on network? Maybe I should give my number. They should call more from my number. What do you think?
He should focus on
Let me give my WhatsApp.
Hello.
It's breaking so badly. Let me give my WhatsApp. Can you call a drop? Let me give my WhatsApp and then you call with this one, okay?
Just and you take her WhatsApp number since my line is. It seems as if she's not getting me well, and she really wants to hear you. So just get her number and then you call.
+45 26 27 1822. That's my WhatsApp. You can call with that. +45. Can someone pin it on the screen? +45 26 27 1822. +45 26 27 1822. Can someone pin it on the screen, please? +45 26 7 1822. +45 26 27 1822. +45 26 27 1822. So anybody that wants to call can call through that line. +45 26 27 1822. Thank you.
Okay,
I've pinned it, so you can call through that. I've pinned the number, so they can call through that one now.
We'll just take 2 more calls. We run out. We take 2 more calls, then we run out. We take 2 more calls, then
so you can call through that. I've pinned the number, so they can call through that one now.
We'll just take 2 more calls.
I got a first caller here, but I have to put it on speaker. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot that I connected to my AirPod. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, don't.
Somebody kick the other call. I'm sorry. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Please back your phone. Don't screen it. Yeah, like that. Let me see the back. Let me see the back.
I thank you for what you have done. You have done a wonderful job by educating us, by being very objective.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, I can get you clearly. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you.
Yes, I wanted the first person. The first person would have. I don't like the idea of the first person coming up to ask questions about Naira. You should come up and talk about the revolution. What is going wrong? What is going wrong is what Cucu has said. The division back there is paralyzing us, and the unity that you people will show come 1st October, will rekindle the hopes and the action of those who are here. That's all we're talking about. We should avoid naming names, apportioning blames here and there. It's not going to help us. The fight is still long, and people on ground zero, they need to be encouraged by you people. And calling names, as I was saying, there's a barrister there who is doing a wonderful job, barrister and so. But each time I guess he calls people's names and condemn people, it's not important. It's not important calling names and insulting this, is the worthless person. It's not important. What is important is that you should do as much if Cucu could spearhead that unity over there. Even all of you, just take the unity, and then let's see you people on TV, and then give us that result. We'll fight. I know it's difficult for some hard people who don't want to stoop low, to put down their ego in order to work along with the IG, but it's unfortunate. But we should continue to do it instead of
thank you, caller. Thank you, Papa. Let me take another. God bless you. So you have heard Ground Zero craves for unity. Ground Zero craves for unity. That our division is breaking them. Ground Zero craves for unity. That is what the caller is saying. Thank you very much. I'll take the next caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Sorry, we lost him. Another one. Hello. This person has been trying to call, but his network has not been pleasant. I'll take this one. Hello. Hello. Other calls keep kicking out. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, comrade. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Oh,
That should be the last call.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's been a while. I think you come back. You came back with a different spirit. I like the enthusiasm. I like the activism. I like what the message that you're preaching out there. You know, with this spirit, I think Ambazonians will take shape, and the game on the ground will change.
Amen.
Yeah, we only believe that this message that you have passed today will reawaken activists, especially those activists that maybe directly or indirectly are working for the enemy. Let them know that Ambazonia is bigger than anyone.
Amen.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, comrade.
I think with this spirit, Ambazonia is for real.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you. Good night. Let me take the next caller. Many calls, they are just... Hello? Hello? Yes?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Northern Zone, Manila.
Okay. No, you don't say your location. Okay, fine. Northern Zone is okay. That's fine.
Yes. Welcome back, Ogo.
Thank you.
Yes. You came up with just the right spirit, the spirit that we need at this moment. You see, Ground Zero is suffering.
Be audible, bro. Take your voice up. Take your voice up. Thank you, bro.
I'm saying that you came with just the right spirit because Ground Zero is suffering enormously.
I know.
And the suffering is basically because of the division overseas.
Yeah.
There's too much division of it. I've spoken to fighters. Can you believe, Cucu, that fighters tell me that people from overseas call them to create disunity among them to the extent of asking them to kill each other.
What?
Is the truth. Yeah, is the truth. People from abroad call fighters and instigate disunity between them to the extent of asking them to kill each other. That is the extent this disunity has gone, and people are suffering here.
It is well, comrade. We'll make it. We'll get there. God will bring that unity that we've been fighting. We cannot have unity 100%. We can't. I'm not even concerned about the unity, but I'm concerned about positivity. If you think what you are doing is right, focus on you and do the right thing and help Ground Zero, period. That is it. Thank you, bro. Let me take another caller, okay? We have very limited time to go. Thank you for the message.
Cucu, we end all the calls. You ran up. This is
One
show,
last
please.
caller is always good to pray. One last caller, please, and we're going. One last caller. This person has been struggling.
The show is
Hello,
over.
please be audible. Where are you calling from? Many callers. Hello, where are you calling from, please? Hello. Yes. What's your message for us today? Please be quick. Go ahead. What's your message? I'm sorry, the callers are too many and they keep kicking out others. So
Oh, please go.
and they're all
You
calling
have
from ground zero. Ground
the
zero
floor.
is going crazy. I think that is it for today. I'm sorry, that is it
We
for today. We'll have another
next
talk show
Tuesday,
subsequently. We'll
next
be
week
talking
Tuesday,
about it. And I think this is what we'll
next
be
week
doing
Tuesday.
almost every day, taking calls from ground zero. So,
Yeah,
ladies
next
and
week Tuesday
gentlemen,
we might.
fellow Amazonians, fellow Southern Cameroonians, you've all heard our message for today. You know, at the end of the day, we are nothing without the gains. If we are nothing, or Ambazonia will be nothing if after everything we do not succeed to have our freedom. So whatever thing we are doing here today, we should go back and all review our lives and ask ourselves questions if what we are doing is really to help ground zero or to destroy ground zero. If our answers are positive enough, it's up to us to make our decision. But if we are able to tell ourselves the truth and we realize that our actions have not helped us in any way, trust me, I believe as a human being that got a conscience, that got a soul, it is really high time we all stopped or you stopped. Thank you, fellow Amazonians, for this show for today. Thank you for listening. Thanks to all the callers from Ground Zero. Unfortunately, I can't take any more calls. They are still calling. We're going to be having this subsequently. I'm blessed to have you all, and thank you all for the love. Thank you all for those that are excited to see me today. I know no matter what, there are people that still really love and trust in me. And just so you know, your girl has never derailed. I am still Cucu Blinx. I am still Emalari, your undersecretary. I am loyal to Ambazonia and to one IG only, the IG of President Sako. Thank you all for listening. Comrade Paul, if you have anything to say, just say it and let's go. Good night, good evening. Love you all.
Amazonians, I want to thank and bless you for being with us for this 2 hours. I am overwhelmed. I want to remind you, we have the 1st of October coming up, just like what the secretary has said. Please do something in your family, do something. And you, those who have not yet drafted, please, the doors are open to draft county, to draft for your LGA, you draft for your for ABC, you draft for humanitarian, you draft for special missions. Please, doors are open. Avoid distraction. Let focus. We need action on the ground. Go to your join your LGA account and please put leaders for action. We want action on the must do the right thing and then shift the struggle. Long live the Federal Republic of Amazonia. Thank you very much. It has been an only Paul Nillong. Thank you.
Bye.
arụ na ife ọkọrọ n'ubi onye zere ibu mbụ n'obi odogwu kingdom ozi ekene ka njiri bịa amalụsi ebi nkọ amarụ ụlọ dị ụsọ ọkwana nkwudo ọrụ ụkọ mmadụ ka eji aka the prince of Angola onye ọma na-eji ire ọgụ n'ọgbọ ọgụ onye ọganiru mmadụ na-asụ ụsọ ịkakara ọnụ egwu ụmụ nke ibuwo ọdụụlọ si ekpọ mụ na fonu si mụ na ọfọziri nke ego ya eme ọ si na nsogbu mụ ra ka ọrụ ụsọ o ruro ife fi na-ata ya egwu ịma n'aka makụ n'aka n'ụzọ n'oge ọ zara okwu mkpọrọ n'ụlọ zana mbaza nke ego ifigharịsịara gbatị aka manya chọrọ uru n'isi ego ọ chọrọ mgbada amụ ibi ọ bịakwula si were bini n'ahịa aka ọ sị ka ihe dụ mmadụ odumefa siri ya mee na mpịọmpịọ ụdakọ mmiri otu i siri so m ije somụ ndokwa na ọnwụ dukwara m obi iru agaghị chọ ya mụ ụdakọ mmiri odogwu eyi na mụ na gị kpọrọ uru ndụ asị m jere ikwu mere ibe ifi ihe egbukwana gị onye chọrọ nke ọ ga-eme gị anwụ mgbadaji ụzọ onye dị gị amụ ije ọ ya adalili ngwọlọ ụbọchịgboro ga-atọ mmadụ ala mereru onye chọrọ ife iji wee dị n'ọdịda n'enido enu wetie ya unu a na-agha ya ada ibe na ịgbatịpụ aka gị ihe gbara udo ịma na iro na-asị na-egbu ana ọfụ na ụgwọ enwelu mgbochi onye ma na odogwu ga-abụ ọgaranya odogwu pụtara gbafebe kpa oke a na m ebe kuchi okuke n'iru mmụọ na iru mmadụ asị m onye aka mara ihe bụ onye melụ ngozi ọpụpụ na mbata gị isi ga-aka gị arụ na onye sụrụ ọfịa ya atọ ọka nọmba 1 ụdakọ mmiri the prince of Angola ụdakọ mmiri one of Ugbo kingdom ngwunangwu kingdom bayi asị m ijebe ejebe ije awere eleninyo n'odogwu na Lagos eleninyo one of Lagos yeyi iteki nwamba ekene gị eze ụmụọgọ isi ngwa of Africa odogwu isi ngwa nwa ọzọ mba bụ onye nke ahịa wezebaghị odogwu ụdakọ mmiri eze ụmụọgọ ngwunangwu kingdom eleninyo ebelebe echewe egbu anyị emeghị ụgbọ anyị etinye aka ebelebe echewe ọzọwara n'ọfụ Ugbo kingdom odogwu ịnụrụ ihe ya ada odogwu ọzọwara n'ọfụ Ugbo kingdom odogwu ọzọwara na ọfụ Ugbo kingdom ọhaneze Enugu steeti ị ga-adị ka echimechadị agwa agwụ ọchọ mụ na obodo na-achọ mee na nlọ ọzọwara na na-ekenekwa nga ekene ọ na-atụ kere ngenekulu ahụ ọtọ mụ na obodo na-achọ mee na nlọ a sị na idebe ejebe ije awele ife amamata gị na-acha ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ndebe ya